great thing about these earlier music snippets is I can not only hear the major influences that helped shape this sound, and despite the technology in use, there is a similarity, a pattern in each. And not just me, but a formula. A sinking, a falling, a rising quotient. It's in there. It's in all of them the whole way through. In a sense, I've been making music to tune out the PTSD, to lull myself to sleep. Though it did become a goal to use it instead as an instrument of awakening. I still use it and have used it primarily as a means of escaping. Is it okay to use it like this? Why am I coping all the time? What am I trying to shield myself from? Cold reality, perhaps. But there is quite a bit of entertaining exploration going on here. And it's worth enjoying and investigating. My singing at times hits. Most of the time, feel as if I can't hold a note. Do I even need music? Why do I need to create it? Do I? Yes. Why? I need to express the inside to make sense of the outside. But sometimes I'm not enjoying it, and it feels like work. There's nothing wrong with work, but that I already work so much, I don't want to feel like I'm working when I'm at home. The artist shouldn't ever compromise to the audience. One should play instead for and to the universe, period. A true reminder, it's not power that's evil, it's what one does and doesn't do with it. Where the fuck is Brad McKeon? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Analyze the technology I use and be more critical of it, of the sound in general. I might even be thinking far too hard about what should just come naturally. And this is poor swordsmanship on my part. It must be entirely instinct. Before the analog synths entered my life, there were curious digital synth pieces, though lacking in fidelity, placidly interesting and pedestrian as they may be, composed a good walk through time, frame by frame. Homegrown as they are, even took me to outer space at times. A Valkyrie on the precipice of Ragnarok. As subjective as it is, one should analyze their art over time and reflect. At the end of his life, Michelangelo burnt a degree of his creations, using the light of the fire to turn them dark forever. My failed creations will be repurposed as interesting samples in later songs. Beautiful sounds should be short and brief, so that when they're over, you miss them like a dear friend, or you turn your head to see them again as if a beautiful woman had just walked by, and there's longing in your ears. The attractive source, however, should always be speaking of God and divinity. But however long this gleam of heaven lasts, it must be glorious. Repetition may enter the kingdom, but too much can be painful torture. It must come through like sunlight upon the pane, cast through the window and onto the carpet, so undeniably that when a dog or a person lays comfortably or serenely there, you simply know and question not why. Jim Morrison didn't fail, he tried. All the stars are dead now, and Levant for my Suzanne by Current 93 are perfect songs. The stars are crying in shifting disorder, and have been for some time. I watched as the most beautiful flower died in front of me, and there was nothing I could do to make it stop. Butterflies. Now you know what I mean. But do you know how I feel? How I feel. A single tear can represent an entire world of pain. Why am I doing this to myself? A poet once remarked, "Is there not joy in this aimless winging?" With also a warning about what happens when Will stops and cries, "Why?" It must be remembered that will is a verb meaning to go. And in forward movement, with this inertia, this gravity, it's will that sets one free. With this forward movement, with this inertia, this gravity, it's will that sets one free. Love is everywhere, and there's music all around us. Love is everywhere, and there's music all around us.